Greetings, 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 greetings. Good day, peace, love, harmony, and light to each and every one of you. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day out. Um, Man, I want to acknowledge the great spirit, universal intelligence, what we often call God. Want to give thanks to my ancestors, just always appreciating and giving them honor, always using me as a vessel to continue the work that needs to be done. I'm not going to make this too long. Hey, 15, 20 minutes tops. Just want to give some updates. All right. That's pretty much it. Okay. Our petition is doing quite well, again, at least in my opinion. We could only do so much, right? All we could do is share the information, and those who choose to sign it will, or those who choose to share it will. A lot of times, people in general, not just our people, but a lot of people are, suffering from mental disease. And sometimes, if someone is not the one who initiates an action, then others tend not to want to promote it just because I don't know why people get that way. You know what I mean? But to me, that's just a childish mentality, a childish way of thinking. You know what I mean? So this petition is about us. It's not about me. I tell people I'm always going to be okay. I'm good. All right. I don't have issues when I travel with the police. You know what I mean? I tell people that's not my reality. You see what I'm saying? I'm not in their system as Black or African American. I'm not a citizen of the corporation. So I'm good. So what I do is for the people because I love the people. You see what I'm saying? One of the greatest ways to, get any type of rewards or any to be blissful in life is to be of service to others. You know what I mean? And once you have found your true purpose, that's my purpose, to be of service. My ancestors are not here, physically, in totality. So I'm here. I'm here as a vessel because they are all within me. So I'm their voice. I'm their physical voice. And what I do it on their behalf to restore their legacy. So none of this is personal for me. So anybody out there who, you're childish, you're just, man, honestly, I don't have time for that. All right. I'm about action. I'm about doing things. I'm about making moves. Sitting around and complaining and blaming people is not going to change anything for us. All right. We have to get up and do the work. You feel me? That's just what it is. And that's what I'm doing. My thing is, why focus on the problems when I could be a part of the solution? So that's where I'm at with it. So with that being said, our petition is doing great. We have just a little bit under 500 people who have signed the petition. So thank you to each and every one of you who have actually signed it, and you are sharing it. And I encourage you to keep sharing it, and tell people, hey, you know what, man, sign this. We gotta get the numbers up. You feel me? Because it's for the benefit of us all. So I really appreciate, love you guys for that. Okay. We already have a few things in place. Once we have gotten to the numbers where we want our petition to be, then I already have the avenues, okay, to step into the doors to start bringing that to the legislative bodies. All right. So with that being said, we are definitely on the right path. We are on the right path. Once again, may I reiterate, it's such a beautiful time to be alive. You feel me? Nothing worthwhile in life comes easy, family. When your life is easy, that means you're going to have a hard life. All right. But when you deal with the hardship first, then your life becomes easier. You feel me? That's just what it is. Think about everyday life. You see these examples, right? A man don't want a woman. Well, let me rephrase that. A man wouldn't, and I'm going to use the word wife here, for conversation's sake, right? Most men don't want a wife that's easy to get. You feel me? Most women don't want a man that's just easy to get. You see, so it's challenges. And the point I'm making is Nothing good comes easy. That's just the life we created for ourselves. Nobody else created it. You feel me? Everything that we are dealing with, everything that we are going through is a manifestation of what we had already planted, the seeds that we already planted. And we are just going through the motion right now. All right. And we are living that reality. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid of the challenges. Fear is not an option for us. We have gone through the fire. We have gone through the trenches. We have hit rock bottom. And once you have hit rock bottom, there is nowhere else to go. So I'm asking you, don't fall on your stomachs, fall on your back, so you're able to look up and get up. And that's what this is all about. Us getting up, standing up for our right. What's ours? You feel me? It's as simple as that. All right. So we are living in a beautiful time, man. I tell people there is over 7 billion people in the world. So the world can't be that bad, because imagine 7 billion people and we still have some form of peace in the world. You are going to have some bad apples. That is just life, right? Typical example. Sometimes a mother may have 10 children, but one or two in the mix might just be some bad apples. That's just the way it is. So in the world that we live in, we are going to have people who are not going to do the right thing. We are going to have people we consider to be bad people. All right. But what matters is you don't become one of those people. You continue to be righteous. You continue to be good. You continue to stand for what's right. You see, that's what makes the difference. You feel me? That's what makes the difference. Let us not allow the world to change us, but let us change the world. Okay? The world didn't create us. We created the world. So therefore, let's change the world by changing ourselves, changing our circumstances. It is literally up to you and me, but nobody else. And let us not allow anybody to take away our greatness from us. Let us not do that. You feel me? Let us not give people that power over us, family. You know, because every single day that you rise, you have decisions to make. All right? It's either you're going to move forward or you're going to go backwards. No one in life, okay? No one in life is ever stagnant. I'm going to repeat that. No one in life is ever stagnant. It's either you are evolving or you are devolving. It's as simple as that. So even if sometimes when you are at ease or you are at peace or at still, okay, the cells in you are still generating or they are degenerating. And that's based on your thoughts and what you eat. So the point is, we are always in motion. Even if your body is not in motion, your thoughts are in motion. And that's what life is. That's what life is. Your thoughts could manifest life, and your thoughts could also manifest death. The question is, when you get your feet off that bed, what decision do you make? Am I going to be good today? Am I going to be bad today? And am I going to manifest what we call God today? Or am I going to manifest what we call the devil today? You see, we were taught for too long that the devil is this spooky man with horns, with a red outfit and a pitchfork. That's an illusion. That's not real. And too long we were taught that what we call God is a pale, bearded old man in the sky, looking down and judging people. That is not true. That has never been true. You feel me? There is no so-called God in the sky or Satan in the sky, and they have a competition, competing for souls, man. No. You are your own judge. Nobody else but you. because the concept of God and the concept of the devil is within you. It's literally the one you feed the most. That's who's going to win the battle. It's all about that. Is the energy that you subscribe to. That's what you're going to manifest. So stop looking outside of yourself for greatness. Stop looking outside of yourself for a savior. You are your own savior. And until you come to that realization, your success or your savings, so to speak, will always be dependent on a source that's outside of you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you cannot have influences outside of you. I'm not saying that. We could have heroes and sheroes that can affect our lives. But ultimately, you have to be your own hero. You have to be your own shero. What a lot of us don't realize is we all pre-wrote our script. Okay? You wrote your own script. Your parents didn't choose you. You chose your parents. As a matter of fact, you knew exactly what your mother was going to look like. You knew exactly what your father was going to look like. And I've spoken about this in videos before. All right? Your father probably think, well, hey, man, you know what? I'm the one who made the move on her. And she's probably thinking, well, you know what? I had an option not to give him some or not. No, that was out of your hands. It's our children who already put that in place in the spiritual realm in what we call thought. So all that stuff was already thought of. The children made the move. You feel me? They decided that, you know what, my mommy, my daddy, they're going to meet at the club. They decided that my mommy and my daddy, they're going to meet at the club. And after the club, they're going to go home. And even before they get to the house, they're going to make out in the backseat of the car. And that's how I'm going to manifest. That's how I'm going to be born. You see, no, it was a contract. It was a spiritual contract. We made an agreement that on such and such a time, such and such a day, such and such a year, okay, I'm going to manifest through you to come have my physical experience. You feel me? Now, I know that may go over a few of your heads, but that's the truth. And I'm saying all that to say is you are the one that's in control. Okay? You are the one that's in control. There's only one law. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Everything else to me is man-created to control our lives, right? And that's why I will continue to say that we are living in such a beautiful time because the world is changing. The world is standing up against tyranny. And I don't care if you call yourself black, purple, yellow, green, brown, blue. I don't care what you call yourself. The world is starting to come back together as one. And anybody who's missing that, you are going to miss out. Because that means you are not growing. That means you are not evolving. You are actually devolving. You are still in your lower chakra. You are still vibrating in your lower self. And to move forward in this new dimension of thinking, you cannot have hatred in your heart. Now, once again, may I reiterate, I'm not saying that we have to condone the ills that are being done against us, or the trespasses that are being done against us. I'm not saying we have to condone that. That's not what I'm saying. But all I'm just saying is stop living your life with hate and animosity. All right? We got to stop that. You feel me? Because you know, hatred begets hatred. That's just facts. If you want love, give love. If you want money, give money. Whatever you want, you have to give it. Me, I will never have a want or a need. Why? Because I'm always giving. If there's not one single day that I don't give. Right outside my window, there are birds every single day. Now, birds have existed in the universe Birds have existed in the universe for a very long time. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if y'all know, but the birds of today are the dinosaurs of yesterday. They have evolved, and that is a fact. The birds of today are the dinosaurs of the past. So the dinosaurs didn't get extinct. The dinosaurs, they evolved and they became birds. The giants of the past were us. We devolved and we are ascending back into those giants again. You feel me? So nothing in life is extinct. Life cannot be extinct, family. Okay? It is just losing the awareness of what we are and who we are and what life is. But everything is still around. You feel me? It is just here in a different avatar. The reincarnation process. You feel me? So by all means, we have the power. The power lies within your mind. Thought. Everything that we need is within thought. All you have to do is just step into yourself and unlock the unlimited potential that you have. Because we tend to limit ourselves. Why? Because we were always told that you could be great, but you have to be great like that person. Limiting ourselves to another personage. And once again, that's why in the teaching, I tell people, I'm not focused on whether the book was real or not. My question is, did you get the message? And in the message, it said what? Go back to being a child, not childish. You see, there's a difference between being a child and being childish. Go back to being a child, meaning what? That I can do anything. I can do it. Let's do it. And if you notice children continue to try and fail. Children will fail, but they will always rise to the challenges because it's fun when children fail. But we grow up too fast and you run into a failure. All of a sudden you give up on life. You run into a failure. All of a sudden you give up on yourself. You run into a failure. Now you want to blame everybody in the world for the situation that you were in. But children don't do that. You see, children work through the failures because it's a challenge to them. That's why it was said that let's go back to being children again, being a child, learning to dream again, saying that I can do it, we can do it, let us do it. Children never say, oh, I can't. They never do that. You feel me? So we cannot lose the essence of being children, okay? So I appreciate that you guys are signing the petition. Once again, the petition is about us, all right? So let us proceed. I want you to really, if you feel like getting a pen to get some notes, please do, or you could go back and look at the video. That's fine as well. But I'm gonna give you a number, and that number is 1,440. Let me put that in the chat for you, okay? Let me put that in the chat for you. 1,440, okay? 1,440 is a very important number that I want you to remember and write down, because 1,440 is the amount of minutes that's in a day. So you have 1,440 minutes in 24 hours, which is a day. All right. 1,440 is a very important number. It's 24 hours in a day. The 20 is the minutes that's within a day. And that number, I'm going to tell you why it's important, why those minutes are important. Because every successful person, every wealthy person, every joyous person, they all have the same 24 hours. They all have the same 1,440 minutes in a day. We all have the same thing. So let me ask you a question. Why is it that Michael Jordan could be successful? Why is it that Jay-Z? Why is it that Oprah? Now, all these people, a lot of you may say, well, Chief, you know what? They sold their soul. Now, I'm not here into conspiracy theories, right? Whether that's true or not, let me ask you another question. What happened to the other 60% of millionaires that are all over the United States who are not celebrities? Because trust me, there are more millionaires than you know. That's not going around flaunting how many millions they have. Okay? Flaunting how many expensive cars they got. They are very low key, but yet still they are millionaires. So let me ask you a question. What is the difference between them using their 1440 and us using our 4040? You know what the difference is? Decisions. The decisions that they made. Its life is all about decisions. It's that simple. Right now, you could change your mind, change your life right now and say that I am great. Not that I want to become great. Live your life as if it is what you want it to be. And that's why a lot of us fail. You see what I'm saying? And continue to fail. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with failure. But a lot of us don't achieve our goals because one of the major questions we are asked is what you want to be when you grow up. And some people never grow up. That's the problem. So they never become that answer that they gave when they were asked that question when they were children. Most children say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. But that's not what they become. Because a lot of them haven't grown up. A lot of us haven't grown up. Instead of becoming what you are. You see, there's a difference in becoming what you are and becoming what people want you to be. And what you are is your purpose. How many of us are living our lives without a purpose? Ask yourself that question. How many of us are living our lives without knowing what our purpose is? One of the greatest failures in life is to live your life and not know what your purpose is. The richest place on the planet is the cemetery. I'm going to repeat that. The richest place or the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. You know why? Because most people die with their dreams. Most people die with those big ideas. Most people die with the next invention because they are afraid. They have fear. Don't allow the fear that's in you to stop you from being great. Don't allow that. Let me tell you something, okay? We cannot escape in life, in this physical life right here, okay? When you go to the graveyard, when you go to the cemetery and you see a tombstone, what do you see? You see a name and then you see 2 dates, all right? Now, let me just digress a little bit and I'm going to take my time and reiterate that information, okay? When you walk into a graveyard, a cemetery, there are 2 dates on the tombstone with a name, okay? The name is on top with the family name, and below there are 2 dates, and the dates are what? The day you were born and the day you die, okay? Now, we're not going to play semantics with those words right here, right? But think about what I'm saying. The day you were born and the day you die. But in between those dates, there is a dash. Okay, and the dash insinuates from one time to from the beginning of a time or a period to the end of a time, which is your life. And most people focus on the day they were born and the day they died. But what happened to that dash in the middle? You see, the dash in the middle is where you created all your greatness. The dash in the middle is that legacy. The dash in the middle is what people are going to remember you by. You feel me? That's what people are going to remember you by. Yes, they might remember the day you were born. They might remember the day you died. But what's going to be the everlasting memory is what you did between the day you were born and the day you died. And that's why there's a dash, and the dash is blank. You feel me? What's going to be that story for you in between those 2 dates. Don't wait until you die to be great. No, do it now. Start changing those things now. Everything that we are doing, everything that we have, our life literally is a manifestation of what we spoke into the universe. So all I'm just asking you is this: on your tombstone, the day you were born and the day that physical body dies, that dash in the middle, what is your story going to be? Is it going to be one day I will do this? Stop being a one-day person. One day is not a day. Okay? One day I will do it. Most likely I will do it. Stop procrastinating. Once again, 1440. Everybody has that 24 hours. You feel me? When we get up every single day, you have a choice to listen to something motivational, or you could listen to something that's going to set you back. So that means you are in control. So the government don't control our lives. No. You think the government control your life. No. Everything is voluntary. All right? And you subject yourself to what they are suggesting. You feel me? But you are in power. You are in control. And like I said, let us not be afraid to fail. Let us not be afraid to fail. Okay? I'm going to give you a little story, right? It's been about, I would say about 7 months ago. I've always been a physical child, right? But about 7 months ago, I got back into working out. And I'm not sure if I was running too fast, but my right knee seemed like it was, I don't know what it was, but I injured myself, right? And I don't like hospitals. I'm always, in my mind, I could always remedy myself, right? Now, some people may say it's an illusion, but that's just my own thing. You feel me? And when I realized that my knee wasn't feeling too great, I sat down for another month, for another 2 months without doing anything. And it started to become painful and painful and painful. All right. Now I had a choice. I had an option to sit and complain about the pain. I could have sat and wallowed in my pain. But guess what I did? I said, nah, I'm not going to allow this pain to take away my knees. I'm not going to do that. So I got up and I motivated myself. You see, I allowed my pain to motivate me. I allowed my pain to give me a reason to get up and go back and work out. And I know that in everything that we do, there is a lesson. And family, all you have to do is look for the lesson. Every situation is not a curse. The same way every situation is not a gift. However, you could find a gift in every curse because it's always a lesson to be learned. But because sometimes we become one-dimensional thinkers, we only look at the curse. We only look at the pain. And I looked at that as a test. Let me see if I could motivate myself enough to work through the pain. And don't get me wrong, it hurt. I got up every day. I started going to the park. All right. And I started manifesting remedy and healing and telling myself my knees is perfect. All right. My knees is healthy. My knees is strong. And I started taking my time. And I'm telling you, I couldn't even do fast-paced walking. That's how bad my knees was. All right. But then I started looking at my knees as it's perfect. And I got up and I started to work through the pain. And right now, when I go to the park, I'm able to run. Now, there's still a little discomfort because it's still getting stronger. But the point I'm making is I'm able to run today what I couldn't do a few months ago. And I don't have that pain like I had. It's not excruciating like it was. Moral of the story is I allowed my pain to motivate me. Now, some people allow their pain to put them in a rut. Okay, some people allow their pain to prevent them from moving forward, to look for pity from people. No, it's a choice that you have. Use your pain as a motivation. Use your failure as a motivation. If the system is not treating us right, let's use that as a motivation. Okay? If the system has hidden our story, then let's use that as a motivation. Okay? If the courts is not doing us justice, then let us use that as a motivation. The point is, let us use what's working against us as a motivation to get what we want out of life. Because you are the true champion. You were born a champion. Okay? There is no other person on the planet with your fingerprints. No other person. Even identical twins, there's a slight variation in their fingerprints. It may look the same, but it's not the same. No 2 grains of sand is the same. No 2 drops of raindrops is the same. So that just shows how special and perfectly made you are. Isn't that amazing? So instead of our fingerprints being in this judicial system, let us take our fingerprints and imprint it on the universe. Okay? Let us stop getting caught up in the legal system, because that's all they want. They want our prints, our fingerprints, because your prints are unique. And that's why they want it. They want the sole of your feet, because they want your soul. You are walking on your soul. And you were born with a crown. Imagine that. That's how powerful you are. Born with a crown and walking with soul on your soul. Man. So your fingerprints make an imprint. Now it could either make an imprint at the precinct or the police station, or it could make an imprint on the universe, changing people's lives. The choice is up to you. And it's the imprints that you make, because you're so unique. The universe knows exactly what you have done with your time. The universe knows exactly everything that you touch. You leave your prints. So the universe knows exactly what you have done, and the universe will reward you based on your works. Not just based on your words, because words are just words. Words are beautiful, but first you have to write them down. And then they have to manifest. They have to become flesh. And I hear a lot of people talking, but I don't see a lot of people doing. Okay? Let me just give you a quick synopsis of how the United States became great. Okay? Look at the story. You see, the United States have had over 200 years of practice of practicing to be great. Okay? A lot of our people stop practicing to be great because we allowed ourselves to fall into a funk and believing that we were nothing, believing that we came from nothing, believing that we came from underneath the bottom of slave ships. Now, for those of your people that came under the bottom of slave ships, I'm not here to take away your story away from you. That's not what I'm here to do. But the majority of our people were taught that we came from the mud. We came from the mud, when the truth of the matter is we came from great people. How could you not come from great people when you came from the universal source, when you came from the great spirit? So you were innately born great. But that greatness was taken away from you, right? So how did the United States get great? And again, I'm paraphrasing, right? Look at the people that created the United States. They were not always great, but they came here with a plan. They came here with a mission. They came here with a vision. And they told themselves, we are going to make the United States the greatest country. And again, let us not play with the semantics. I know it's not a country, it's a corporation. All right. But we are going to make the United States the greatest country on earth. Why is that? Why? Do you think because they are the biggest guns? No. They had a plan. They had a plan. They had a vision. They had a blueprint, and they went to work. And look at the nature of the people. These people were slaves where they came from. Okay? They were considered peasants where they came from. They were considered pilgrims where they came from. They were persecuted because of their religious beliefs where they came from. And they were dumped into a new world. And they say, you know what? We know where we came from. And we are not going to use that as an excuse. The majority of these people were starving in the cold, dying from hunger, dying from frostbites, until our ancestors lent a helping hand and fed them, gave them corn soup and wheat soup. And guess what? They persevered and they became great. You know why? Because they knew where they came from. They didn't allow themselves to get comfortable. And no matter how much they failed, they had wars and battles, bloodshed. And I'm not glorifying what they did. All I'm just saying is, look at how they became great. They had a plan. Let me ask you, what's our plan? What's our blueprint? What's our vision? Are we getting up every day just because we feel like talking? At what point are we going to go to work? You see, our people have become too comfortable, allowing people to make the determination of what's best for us, what works for us, what don't work for us, what to eat, what not to eat. You need permission to do this. You need permission to do that. When these people came here, they didn't want to hear none of that. Okay? They were relentless in their thinking. We are going to make this home by any means necessary because we knew where we came from. You feel me? We came from the bottom and they didn't want to stay at the bottom. They didn't want to. So they took that trip across the ocean to a new so-called found land. Yes, they were peasants, but they worked. They sacrificed. Okay? How many of us today are willing to sacrifice to make our children great? So I'm saying all this to say, we are in the position we are in today because we are too passive. We are allowing those things to happen to us. That's why we continue to say, oh, we are suffering. I'm not suffering because I'm not allowing anything to happen to me. That is the meaning of suffering, to allow. So it's time for change. But change is not going to fall from the sky like these religious people want you to think. We have to stand up and demand the change. So with that being said, the petition is about demanding change, not asking for change, not begging for change. No. And I'm going, for those of you who think you are so smart, let me show you the etymology of petition. Because somebody came on the post, oh, I'm not going to sign it because I don't want to beg for anything. Again, that's just to show you smart people, educated people. Most educated people are the dumbest people on the planet because they think they have a degree. And no disrespect. I'm just saying it like it is. But let me just show you real quick the etymology of the word petition to show you we're not begging for anything. Everything that I do is well calculated. Always remember that. All right. Let me just show you that, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna share my screen. Etymology of petition. All right. So just so y'all know, I ain't begging for nothing. All right. Can't beg for what's mine. Okay. Let me go back here, and I'm gonna share the screen. Give me a second here. Share screen. Here we go, and here we are. Okay, Etymology of petition: a supplication of prayer, especially to a deity. From Anglo-French, request, petition, and directly from Latin, a blow, thrust, attack, aim, a seeking, a searching, in law, a claim, a suit. All right? To make for, to go, attack, assail, seek, strive, after. All right? So that's from the perspective that I am looking at a petition. Okay? So a petition could also mean that you're begging, but no. All right? I am doing that and put that forward in request of our ancestors. My ancestors are my deities. Okay? I am a deity because of my ancestors, because they are in me. I'm in them. So that petition is actually on their behalf. All right? So we're not begging for anything. If people want to beg, that's on them. There's a difference between begging and requesting. So yes, some people may look at it as begging, but I'm not. That's not what this is about. All right? That's not what this is about. Okay? We're not talking about the modern version of petition. I'm going back to the foundation of the word. All right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, with that being said, I want to make an announcement that I know I saw Sister Betty on the call, that we have a walk on Washington, July 4th. Okay, so please, I'm going to give you guys the information. All right, it's Saturday, July 4th, 2020. We are gathering at 10:30. No, not 10:30. At 10 a.m. Okay, I'm going to put that information in the link. All right, where it's going to be at the White House. The address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. And we are asking everyone to please, if you're going to attend, be in your indigenous attire. You see, everybody's taking a stand except for we, the original people. And this is our call to action. All right. So I'm going to say this again. On July 4th, Saturday, July 4th, we are having our walk on Washington, American Aboriginal Indigenous Walk on Washington, July 4th, 2020. And we are gathering at 10 a.m. at the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Everything is already in place. All you have to do is show up. You are responsible for your transportation, and if you want to spend the night, you're responsible for your hotel. But the majority of us are getting there early, and we're gonna take our stand. And once the day is concluded, we all will go back to our respective places. All right, but it's a gathering of we, the American Aboriginals, July 4th, 2020, at the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Okay, I will put that in the description for you guys. So put the date, the calendar date. It's definitely a go. Everything is already in place. All right, everything is already in place. So please send the word out. We already have the permits. Everything is in place. We good to go. All right. So thanks to Sister Betty for putting that together. Once again, don't forget to sign our petition. All right. Let us get this out. This is, again, it's in honor of our ancestors, because we are our ancestors. So that's what this is all about, taking our stand. We also have things in place where we are going to get to the UN. We also have things in place where once we have gotten the numbers for our petition, to get it to the legislative body to talk about turning that into a law. All right. So with that being said, now is a call for action. All right. Enough of the talking. It's time to put in the work. We need boots on the ground. All right. So July 4th, 2020, Washington, D.C., 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the White House. We have our American Aboriginal standing. Okay, so I just wanted to share that information, and I want to give thanks. What I'm going to do at this time, I'm just going to give a highlight to each and every one of you who was on the build. You know, once in a while, I appreciate that. Family, I appreciate that. Thank you for being on the build today. Always like to take time, you know, once in a while and just acknowledge the family. You know what I'm saying, for being on the build. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. We are all stars, and we all deserve a chance to shine. So that's just me giving you your shine and thanking you for being a part of the build. You know, Zazie, big up. You know what I mean? This platform is not my platform. It's our platform. This is for us. You know what I'm saying? It's for us. It's about us. And that's what this is all about. You feel me? All right. So here we go. Just giving everybody a shout out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Thank you for being a part of this today. And like I said, man, you know, let's walk together. All right. Let's walk together. The days for this one leader or this one hero or this one shero, the days is over for that. Okay. We have left the age of Pisces. You know what I'm saying? What, you know, where they had the allegorical Jesus, that savior and that hero mentality. Now we are all saviors. We are stepping into a different dimension, and we all got to be saviors. I mean, and I had, like, you know, once I'm big up to Sister Lele, you know, for helping, you know, with the putting the event together for July 4th. So thank you to each and every one of you for definitely putting that in place. All right, here we go. So like I said, just giving everybody a shout out, making sure I get everybody in there. Okay. All right. Peace and love to my sister Bethy. You know what I mean, for you know, she and the team putting, you know, the stand on Washington, you know, on July 4th. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. The children, man, don't forget. Okay. That number 1440. All right. We all have that 24 hours. So make your 24 hours count. Okay. Make your 24 hours count. And definitely. That's right, Zazie. We were all winners from the moment we were conceived, man. You know, we allowed the world to take away our greatness. All right. Definitely. Peace and love to, you know, my brother Creek Running Water out there in South America, having a great time. You know, continue to be safe, brother. Continue to be safe. All right. You know, my brother Chief Red Bear, peace and love out there in New York. You know what I mean? That's how we do, man. That's how we do. That's how we do. I see the families here in full effect. All right. South Wind, what it is, man. I appreciate, love you guys, man. You know, I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. That's what it's all about, you know, and we all gonna rise together, man. All right. Peace and love to my brother Brian. All right. Out there in St. Louis, what it is. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you, man. Once again, just wanted to come out there and drop some information. Peace and love to Sister Jazzy Jazz, Sister Jazzy Fox. Peace and love to you. Okay. So guys, I want to thank you for being a part of this build. You guys have a beautiful continuation. Don't forget the date, July 4th. We are having our first stand on Washington. That's why I'm calling it a stand on Washington. We are having a stand on Washington, July 4th. We are gathering at 10 a.m., 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and that's in Washington, D.C. Okay, so please be there, coming with your indigenous attire. Let's make this a historical event. Don't forget to sign the petition. Continue to sign the petition. Share the petition. Get our people on board. This is our time. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time to be alive, family. All right? This day and age is for the living. It's not for the dead. It's definitely for the living. All right? Dead people have no room for growth in this ascension. You feel me? So even our brothers and sisters who are dead, we have to reach out and give them an olive branch, and it's up to them whether they want that. They want us to help them out. All right, but we can't abandon them. All right, we are not going to do that. We are not going to abandon them. They are still our people. Yes, they are miseducated. Yes, they have been lied to, like each and every one of us. All right. But for those of us that are actually in the knowing, we are going to continue to plant those seeds and we are going to be okay. This is about love. All right. And only love will manifest that heaven we so seek on earth. All right. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your continuation. Continue to be great. Don't forget, today is the beginning of your life. All right. Today is the beginning of your life. Yes, you had a so-called born date and you will have a so-called death date. But that dash in between, I want you to determine what your story is going to be. You are the author of your novel. You are the director of your play. You're the director of your movie. Okay? You are the star of your own movie. Always remember that. I love you guys. Peace. I'm out.